Okay, this is section 25. Der Verhalter Oppermann is given untertänig. The married man was um, submissive, you said, Rafi?
Yeah, subservient. Yeah.
Subservient. Umlevisch. Soll umlevisch nicht haben kein Faribel. Is umlevisch the name of a person?
Well, is actually the Afrikaans uncle. So it's Uncle Levish. It's just
Oh,
a form of respectful, like Vetter, whatever,
yeah.
uncle in Yiddish.
Uncle Levish. Let Uncle Levish not be offended. Wir willen nicht was für Scholem im Ballistiken. Um, God forbid that we should um, offend him. Aber der Levish weiß doch, als auf der Stickelgrund, was zugeteilt, äh, wächst auf sehr wenig.
Wachst du.
But
The verb is wachsen. They go together there.
wächst auf sehr wenig. But he should, but he knows, Uncle Levish knows that this little bit of land that he has assigned to us, uh, very little will grow. Have I got that correct?
Yes.
Unser ganzer Hyuna,
Chiuna. Chiuna is income.
unser ganzer Hyuna ziehen wir von Transport. We spend our entire income on transport.
No, we derive
Wenn wir,
from.
we derive from transport. Ziehen wir. Wenn wir sollen sich vernehmen mit dem Machen Ziegel, müssen wir vernachlässigen das Transport. Von was wollen wir leben? So, I
Here,
think this means when
the then is if contrary to non. It's a contrary to fact conditional. If
if we have to if we have to take everything that we make from
no
goats.
no seagull here is bricks. If we have to betake ourselves to making bricks, then we will have to uh, leave off our attention to transport.
And what are we supposed to live on? Agev hat sich angenommen mit Courage und das Hazel doch nicht unseres. What is Agev?
By the way,
By the way, he said courageously, um, and this little house isn't even ours. Sind wir wohnen in ihr, ist es noch nicht remontiert geworden. Since we've been living in it, it hasn't been repaired. Ihr mit eurer cherutzim,
terutzim, excuses.
You and your excuses. Is Jansche opgefallen auf ihm?
Ungefallen.
Jansche,
Ungefallen.
ungefallen auf ihm. Ungefallen auf ihm. Jansche attacked him. Der Emes is, as ihr seid foil, Ärger for Kaffers. The truth is, what is foil?
Lazy.
If you're lazy,
No, that the truth is that you are lazy.
As bad as the kafirs are the black people?
Yes.
You're as bad as the black people. Zogen Avesen, as is ärger,
A Weißen, a white man.
Zogen Avesen, as is ärger, für a kafir, ist die größte Beleidigung, was kann geben. To tell a white man that he's as bad as a black man
Worse than.
is that he's worse than a black man is the worst insult that you can give him. Und führt oft zu a Geschlag, and it can lead to a fight. Opperman hat geschwiegen. But Opperman, what is geschwiegen?
Was silent.
Was silent. Ob Jansche wird ihm herabtreten von dem Grund, wohin wird sich hintun mit seiner Familie. If Yansha would throw him off this piece of land, where would he go with his family? Hat ausgelosen sein Kass und Beleidigung zum Hund. Was hat sich ihm gedreht unter die Fies? He set aside his anger and
No,
his
he poured out his anger.
poured out his anger and his outrage to the dog,
Yeah.
which was sitting under his feet,
Yeah, hat sich gedreht, which was running about.
which was running around under his feet. Hat ihm der Land a heftigen Brick, als der Hund hat etliche Minuten nicht aufgehört weinen. He gave it such a kick that the dog for several minutes couldn't even cry out.
No, did not stop crying.
Oh, didn't stop crying. Kommende aheim hat Jansche sich herabgerät von Herzen für sein Weib. When he got home, Jansche poured out his heart to his wife. Ich will sie herabführen von dem Grund. I'm going to throw them off the land. Hat gesagt, he said. Tinuf, und was sie seinen? What is Tinuf?
Tinef is excrement.
They're excrement. That's what they are. I would like to pass the buck now. Thank you for helping me.
Good. The buck will return to you. We have a few people today, so I'll continue. Frau Jansche is given schockiert. Jansche's wife was shocked. Levish, hat sie gesagt, in a strengen Ton. She said in a, it means strict, but in a, how do you translate streng in this context? In a severe tone. Was ist heint der Meer mit dir? What's the matter today with you? Was seien es? Verwerter. What sort of words are those? Was beleidigst du die Appermans? Why are you insulting the Appermans? Menschen von unser eigen Volk, people of our own community. Du hast schon upon vergessen. Clearly you have forgotten, as euch du bist amol, you've forgotten that you yourself once, gar nicht lang zurück, not very long ago, gewen orem, you were poor. Ich hab moire Levish, I'm afraid Levish, als die Bequemlichkeit von die letzten etliche Jahr hat verdreht den Kopf, that the ease of existence of these last few years has turned your head. Aber jetzt mit dem Ausguck auf zwei Stimmen in einem Heisel. But now, with the appearance of two opinions in the little house. Opinions? We'll have to see what this means. Hat gelosen an Boyen noch zwei Zimmern. Oh, well, I'm not sure. He began to build two more rooms. So the ice cook is the looking forward to two more voices in the house.
Sorry, I can tell. Here it means votes. You've missed the previous part.
Okay, votes.
It's standing for Parliament. So the prospect of two more votes to get him in.
Oh, I see. So he began to build two more rooms. Hat verstopft alle Löcher. He sealed all the cracks. Und abgefarben die Tieren mit die Fenster. And he repainted the doors and the windows. Man muss helfen, hat Jantje gesagt. One has to help, Jantje said, die Arme und Gefallene, those who are poor and those who are fallen on hard luck. Befragt, wenn sie seien deine eigene Brüder, especially when they are your own brothers, Kinder von ein Volk, children of the same nation. Hat remontiert das Haus. He remontieren. It's to fix up, remodel. Yeah, das Haus, the house, wo die Appermans wohnen, where the Appermans were living. Es vergrößert. He made it bigger. Machmas, es ist nicht der losbar, because it wasn't appropriate, als der erwachsene Brüder und Schwester sollen schlafen in ein Zimmer, that grown-up brothers and sisters should sleep in the same room. Oder mit Eltern zusammen, or to sleep in the rooms of their parents. Hat gesagt, he said. Hat viele gehat beschlossen, he even decided, zu sein milder, zu sein the schwarze Arbeiter, to be kinder to his black workers. Emes, they haben nicht, just a second here, I've turned the page before I should. Emes, they haben nicht kein Stimmrecht. Now it's true that they do not have the right to vote. Darf sich nicht hanfenen zu say, there was no need to butter them up, aber als zukünftiger Legislator, but as a legislator to be, lohnt sich nicht. It wouldn't be appropriate. Und es ist nicht angenehm, and it's not nice, as Polizei soll kommen zu ihm, that the police should come to him, jeden Montag und Donnerstag, every Monday and Thursday, auf Klages von Schwarze, because of complaints of the blacks, as hat sie geschlagen, that he had beaten them. By the way, this expression, every Monday and Thursday, a purely Yiddish expression. Those were the market days in the Mishnah. And so every Monday and Thursday, those are actually the days when the Torah is read in the minyan in the morning, because that's the day that everyone comes. It used to be anyway. So that becomes the expression in Yiddish, every Monday and Thursday. Wenigstens bis noch die Wahlen wird benutzen dem Schambok weniger. At least until the elections, he'll use the Schambok as a kind of whip, less. Hagam, Polizei weiß as das, even though the police know that this, was der Schwarzer respektiert, is der Schambok. Know that the only thing that the blacks respect is that Schambok. Der Doseker Beschluss, Janches, hat lang nicht angehalten. But this decision that Jansche made didn't remain for very long. Es ist ihm angekommen schwer, sich zu beherrschen. It was difficult for him to control himself, nicht zu schlagen die Kafirs, not to beat the blacks. Aber etliche Wochen hat dem Kanchik nicht genutzt, but for a few weeks he didn't use the whip. Chutsch, a brick in hinten hat sie nicht gekargt, although he didn't begrudge them a kick in the ass. Erst kurz vor die Wahlen, and only when it was close to the election, hat sein Geduld geplatzt. His patience broke. Ist gekommen von a Wahlmeeting. He came from an election meeting, an aufgeregter, very upset. Seine Gegner haben ihm stark angegriffen. His opponents had angegriffen. Angreifen is to attack, to assault, had assaulted him. Gestellt unbequeme Frages. They had raised unpleasant questions in Scheiches mit sein persönlichen und politischen Leben, in connection to his personal and political life. Die Versammelte haben getummelt. Those who were collected at this meeting were in a tumult. Nicht gelost Herren, was hat gehabt zu sagen, and wouldn't even listen to what he had to say. Der ärgste von alle seinen Wahlmeetingen is es gewesen. This was the very worst of all of his election meetings. I guess these are campaign events. Ist gekommen daheim an aufgeregter. He came home quite upset, a nervöser and nervous. Hat kaum bewiesen, trinken a teppele Kaffee. He barely managed to drink up a cup of coffee. Und ist weg, Achtung geben, and he went off to see to wie das Melken die Kieh progressiert, to see how the milking of the cows was progressing. In der Rege, in that moment, was is a rein in Stall, when he came into the barn, hat a Kuh sich leis gemacht von der Pente und übergekehrt dem vollen Emmer Milch. A cow became free of its bounds, of its bindings, and it turned over a full bucket of milk. Was der jüngere Schwarzer hat schon gehalten beim Wegstellen an der Seite, which the young black fellow had was in the process of setting off to the side. Jansch's Zorn hat aufgeflammt. Jansch's anger flamed up. Du hast nicht verbunden fest die Fies von der Behema. You didn't bind the cow's feet. Hat gestormt. He stormed. Es ist gewinn fest, hat jener geteinet. No, it was tight, the fellow complained or said. Aber Jansche hat nicht gewollt hören. But Jansche didn't want to listen. Du sagst liegen. You're telling me a lie, hat geschrien. He shouted. Hat angenommen dem Jingel fahren Kark. He grabbed the boy by his neck, hat abgenommen a Rimmen, mit was men bint a Behema. He took down a strap that they use to tie the cows, und hat sich genommen mit dem passiven das Leib, genommen mit dem passiven das Leib von dem Jingel. And with that, he began to make stripes in the body of the youngster. Die zerflickte Häusen, was der Jingel hat gehabt auf sich, the dirtied trousers which the boy was wearing, hat sich herabgeglitscht, fell down. Der Jingel hat geschrien. You'll notice it's der Jingel, it's a Litvish Yiddish, usually we'd say das. Der Jingel hat geschrien. The boy shouted out, sich geworfen, trembled, sich gebeten, and he begged. Aber Jansche is given weit von Rachmanis. But Jansche was far away from mercy. Wenn hat im abgelassen, is der Jingel geblieben liegen. When he finally let him loose, the boy remained lying, wie tight, as if dead. Blut hat gespart von sein Nose and Maul. Blood was flowing from his nose and mouth. Geschwollene Passen, wie dine Wurzelach, right blau, swollen stripes, like little hot dogs, a Wurzelach, right blau, red and blue. Sausages, that's it. Thank you. Right blau, red and blue, seinen gelegen auf sein ganzen Leib. Were lying on his entire body. Der Vater von dem Jüngel hat sich angebeugen über sein Kind. His father bent over his child, ihm gemintert, and comforted him. Arum sie seinen jetzt schon gestanden alle Arbeiter, and all of the workers were now standing around them. Euch Jansches Weib is reingekommen. Jansches wife also came in. Sie hat gestellt auf die Knie, hat sich gestellt auf die Knie, she kneeled down, und gewaschen das Panem von dem Jüngel, and she washed the boy's face, was es gewesen geschwollen, blutig und verstäubt, which was swollen, bloody, and smudged. Sie hat probiert, reinkriegen ein bisschen Wasser in sein Maul. She tried to put a little bit of water into his mouth. Aber sie hat es nicht gekonnt öffnen, but she couldn't open it. Der Jüngel hat krächz getan. The boy groaned, hat verworfen dem Kopf auf a Seite, he threw his head to the side, und ist geblieben liegen still, and he remained lying still. Der Vater von dem Jüngel hat aufgehebener Joch. The father of the boy raised up a yoch is a yoke for yoking cattle. Was ist dort gelegen, which was lying there, and hat sich geworfen damit auf Janschen. And with that, he threw himself against Jansche. At sendlich Hand haben him abgehalten. The tens of hands, dozens of hands, held him back. Du musst nicht. You mustn't. Du darfst es nicht tun. You mustn't do it. Sie haben noch probiert, minteren dem Jüngel. They still tried to revive the child. Aber ist schon gewinnt, but he had actually died. Frau Jansche hat verdeckt ihre Panem mit beiden Händen. Jansche's wife covered her face in both hands and is herausgelaufen weinendig and ran out crying. Jansche hat sich umgedreht und ist ruhig weggeheim. Jansche twirled around and went calmly homeward. Well, that's a good place to end for me, at least for now. End of a chapter.
Oh, Yaakov has managed to arrive. Great.
Yeah. Yaakov as opposed to Yansha.
Oh, Marcia, don't move the text so far. We still have a couple of lines.
Do we? I think we finished.
No.
We finished the page. We're at the next page.
Kapitel 31, 31, chapter 31. Het was nieuw leven, the new life was meer had gezet in Dimion, that meer saw in his imagination, gecholmd wegen dem, wees is nog herumgevorderd. Sorry? Sorry?
Can everyone do it except the reader?
Yeah, Yankov, if you could mute yourself. Thank you.
He dreamt about the time when he drove around with Hurwitz peddling, gerät und geschrieben wegen dem to Freund in Vakanta, spoke and wrote about this to friends and intimates, people he knew well. What mij ongeheben ver, verwirklichen. And Mayer was now making this become reality.
Yeah, a question about toch. What is toch? Is it an Afrikaans word?
I don't think so. I think it's Jacob may know better, but our tocher is a peddler, and I'm not sure where the word derives from. So to toch is to peddle, to I don't know if you have it in America where guys go from house to house selling things, peddling, or
Okay. Yeah, I just don't recognize that word. It's not in my dictionary. But a tocher is a
a
peddler
toch,
then, a house-to-house
peddler.
peddler?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll add it to the dictionary. Maybe as a regionalism.
It's probably regional. Yeah, it's probably Lithuanian derivative.
Can I just say that at the back of the book there's a glossary and a tocher, it says foreign reisen. Jeden haben davon geschaffen das Wort tocher, was bezeichnet einem, was fort darum handeln bei die Buren, a Landkrämer.
And I didn't hear the very beginning. Did it give the origin?
No,
Okay.
no,
So,
no origin.
You know, it's possible that there may be a Dutch derivation. I will look into that. Ja, was länger ist geblieben beim Geschäft, als mehr und stärker hat ihm gezeugen. The longer he was remaining in the business, more and more it attracted him. Und als mehr ungeduldiger ist geworden zu anfangen farmen, and he became more impatient to start farming. Oh, okay. So that is his dream. Das Geschäft, der Konkurrenz zwischen die Krämer, the business, the competition between the shopkeepers, das Buch mit die Chäuvers, the book with the debts, was mehrt sich von Jahr, that increases by the year. Die ewige Teiritzimfahren, nicht erledigen dem Chäuv, the eternal excuses for not ending paying up the debt was der farmer getan, that the farmer gives. By viele Emerson, even if they were truthful, das altes ihm niemals geworden. All this became repugnant to him. When hat beschlossen, abzuschneiden damit, and he had decided to discontinue this, cut it off. Einmal for allemal, once and for all, machen a soft damit, making an end to it. Aber wird es nicht nehmen über Gewalt, on überlegen, on übertragen. If we'll not do this forcefully, without thinking about it and ruminating about it, but there is kein Mal nicht beweisen, he will never achieve this. Die Chäuvers wollen sich nicht einkassieren. The debts will not be paid. Und abstellen, verkaufen und ausborgen kann man euch nicht. And to discontinue selling and lending money or borrowing money, you also cannot stop. So he has to stop all of this. Und Otter so können vorbeigehen Jahren. And in this way, years could pass by when er wird schon bleiben stecken in einem Geschäft and he would remain stuck in the business. Nein, muss schon machen, I'm not sure how you'd say this in Yiddish, to hit chil, but
I'd say haschola.
Thank you.
I'll look it up.
Now, you must make a start. Sich herumgucken for a good stickel Grund. Look around for a good piece of ground. Unterhalten wegen Teuten und lebendigen Inventor. Negotiate about dead and live inventory, Zria, seed, und alles was Erdarbeit fordert, and everything that farming requires. Erdarbeit, farming.
Yeah.
But never,
Yeah. Naborski says he pronounced it haschala.
Passport. Thank you. Das wird nehmen eine gewisse Zeit. It'll take a specific time, bis der Schutfers wird können aufgelöst werden, that the partnership will be able to be resolved. But while in the meantime, he will prepare himself with Arbeiten planner, he'll work out plans, sich durchreden mit Linda, and he will discuss it with Linda, who's his girlfriend. Hurwitz hat eingetannt mit ihm. Hurwitz just argued with him. Meir, opgeduld, Meir, be patient. Geschäft wird sich verbessern. Business will improve. Menschen will Unheben verdienen beim Goldgroove. People will start earning money at the gold mine. Die Konzession wird geben a guten Rewach, and our concession store will give a good profit. Was is the eilenish? What's your rush? Du wirst keine Sache nicht verlieren. You won't lose anything. Und du wirst unheben farmen mit ein paar Jahre später. And you'll start farming a few years later. Aber Meir ist geworden unruhig und ungeduldig. But Meir became restless and impatient. Wird nicht warten. He won't wait. Hat sich gewundert. He wondered. Der dosiger Unruhe und Ungeduld ist es öfter nicht der selber, was hat ihm gezwungen zu verlassen, Salmenen und die Konzession. This same restlessness and impatience, is it not the same that forced him to leave Zalman and the concession store where he had worked previously? Soll folgen dem dosigen impulsiven Drang? Should he follow this impulsive pressure, strong pressure? Any improvement, I'm welcome.
Folgen here, I would say, is obey.
Folgen, yeah. Good. I agree. Should he obey this impulsive drive? Hat denn gehad Charotte auf seine friedliche Zweischritt? Did he ever regret his previous two moves? Nein, hat nicht gehad und hat nicht kein Charotte verlassen, nicht Salmenen, nicht die Konzession. No, he didn't have any regrets about leaving either Zalman or the concession. Wird euch das will sich lassen führen von einem blinden Goral und Instinct. He will this time also allow himself to be led by the blind faith and instinct, as ausnutzen zum Besten and use it for the best. Is sicher, he is certain, as es ist ein Goral, that it is his fate to sein und bleiben a farmer, to become and remain a farmer. Und kaum ordnet sich ein, wird herausschicken, dem Ruf zu lindern. And as soon as he has established himself, he will send out he will invite Linda, dem Ruf, was sie hat gesagt, sie wird entfernen mit ja, the call that she said she would answer with a yes. Raphael, I don't think you know about this story, but she is a farmer's daughter, and obviously there are religious issues. Ja, but when sie wird kommen, and she will say yes when she will come.
No, when it will come, when the call should come.
When the call should come. Wie lange ist zusammen mit Hurwitz kann nicht fassen haben mit Linda. As long as he is together with Hurwitz, he cannot marry Linda. Hurwitz hat nur einmal geredet mit ihm wegen dem. Hurwitz only spoke to him about this once. Meir hat gesagt, Meir, he said, ich gehöre nicht zu jenen Menschen. I don't belong to that group of people, welche kommen mit nicht kein bettene Ärztes und Anweisungen. that come without any requested advice and Hinweisen, indicators. Ich bin euch nicht als Afro-Mark, and I'm also not that religious, aber oder nationalist, nor am I such a nationalist as ich soll dich stellen, dich musteren, that I should start preaching to you, for was du tust da, so we need to understand why you are planning to do this and not otherwise. Die Gefühle von Liebe wissen nicht keine Grenzen. The feelings of love know no boundaries. Und von die Begriffen nicht jed, euch nicht. And the feelings also don't know about the concepts of Jew, not Jew. And I think that's a good place to stop and let Yaakov carry on.
Noch allemen ist es doch Religie, was hat eingeteilt die Menschheit. After all, it was the religion which has divided humanity. Ich sag nicht, also es ist gut sei oder schlecht, aber meine Erfahrung sagt mir, I'm not saying whether this is good or bad, but my experience tells me, als Menschen, welche seien aufgewachsen in besondere Länder und Zwiebes, haben eingesappt in sich die Sitten, Minhagim, Traditions und Lebenssteiger. But I'm not, my experience tells me that people who have grown up in different countries and environments and have absorbed the mores, customs, traditions, and ways of life, was is lehipuch und in starken Kontrast zu die von der zweiten Person, Asa Sivag, weiß ich von der Erfahrung, ist selten ein glücklicher. So that the people who have grown up with different mores, customs, traditions, and ways of life, which are in opposition or different or in a strong contrast to those of the other person, such a match, I know this from experience, such a match is seldom a happy one. Seiden beide Personen seinen kulturelle Menschen, except if both people are cultural people, Intellektualen or intellectuals, bei wem die Person Gufa nicht sein Obstamm oder jerusche Eigenschaften vernehmen dem Eubon. Except people for whom the person themselves and not their origin or their parentage or their inherited qualities take up the most important position.
Yeah, I think it's a misprint for oibnon. But it means what you say, yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Doskor, that's what I believe. Du geh dir dein Weg. You go whichever way you want to go. Es ist dein Leben und keiner hat nicht kein Recht, es einzuordnen für dir. It's your path and no one has the right to arrange matters in a different way for you. Avada is meer gewin dankbaar voor die dozike werter. For sure, Meir was thankful for these words. Aber hat gewusst, als Horowitz wollt gewinn mehr zufrieden, wenn Meir, wollt Chassene gehabt mit a Yiddish Mädel. But he knew that Horowitz would have been much more satisfied if Meir would have married a Jewish woman, young woman. Aufgeregt von Frau Horowitz und Leah, not to mention Mrs. Horowitz and their daughter Leah. Zij können gewiss ihm nicht meuchel sein. They certainly would not condone this for him. Darüber, als lang wie gefindt sich in seiner Haus, kon nicht Chassene haben mit Lindern. And in addition,
No,
as long as... Therefore, okay. Therefore, as long as he was living in their house, he couldn't marry Linda. Es hat genommen a gewisse Zeit, bis der Schutfes mit Horowitzen is aufgelöst geworden. It took a certain length of time until the partnership with Horowitz could be dissolved. Aber noch der Zerteilung hat Meir eingefunden, als hat nicht genug eigenem Kapital, sich einzuordnen auf a farm. But after the split of the partnership, Meir discovered that he did not have sufficient capital to get settled, to get arrange matters for the farm. Wie hat sich es vorgestellt, as in a way that he had imagined to himself. Hat beschlossen, reinzufahren in Johannesburg, kriegen ergens a halvor. So he decided to travel into Johannesburg to acquire some kind of a loan by a private person, by a friend, to gain a loan from some private person or from a friend. Hat nicht gewollt sich wenden zu einer Bank oder zu einer Leihkasse. So he didn't want to turn to a bank, to approach a bank, or to a loan company. Sie wollen doch fordern, als soll vermischkenen das Grund, because they would have demanded that he mortgage the ground of the farm.
I think it's Mashkinen. Not sure. Yeah, Mashkanta, okay. Mashkin, yeah, Mashkinen.
So, sorry, what did I say?
Mishkinen.
Mashkinen, yes, quite right. As so Mashkinen das Grund, that he should he didn't want to mortgage the farm, the ground of the farm. Azons was hat gewollt vermeiden. And this is something that he wanted to prevent. Hat gehabt in Sinnen, Salmenen und Goldsteinen. He had in mind Salmen and Goldstein. Beiden hat schon lang nicht gesehen, a viele sich nicht durchgeschrieben mit sei. He had not neither seen either of them for a long time, and he hadn't corresponded with them. Wie hat es getan die erste paar Jahr nach sein Kommen in Bushmankop, as he had done in the first years after he had arrived in Bushmankop. Es ist schon gewesen mehr wie 2 Jahre, seit ist letztens gewesen in Johannesburg. It was more than 2 years since he had last been in Johannesburg. Salman, wie sein Steiger, hat ihm warm aufgenommen. Salman, as was his custom, received him very warmly. Meierl, mein Kind, wie geht es dir? Meierl, my boy, how are things going with you? Da in Johannesburg is business etwas besser. Here in Johannesburg, business is a little better. Es bekommt sich der Eindruck, als a Union hat gebracht zu Treu und Geld warfen sich mehr in die Augen. One gets the impression that the union of the 4 provinces has brought confidence, and there's Geld warf sich mehr in die Augen. Money seems to be there seems to be more money around. Hat sich gekloppt. But he complained. Verehrer Jiden haben sich rüber zu Neue Vorstadt. The Jews who had lived in Ferreira have moved to new suburbs. Ich halte sich noch da, aber ich hab sich schon besorgt. I'm still staying here, but I've attended to things. Ich hab a paar Jatkes in a neuer Vorstadt. I have a few butcheries in the new suburbs. Emmis, the Konkurrenz is great. It's true that competition is great. Aber ich kann aushalten, but I can deal with this. An alter Baum darf nicht, wenn neue Bäume wachsen, a Reus neben ihm. An old tree doesn't wither when new young trees grow up around it.
So this must be
Okay.
after 1910, when the Union of
Mhm.
South Africa was established from the 4 colonies.
Right, correct, yes.
Okay.
Okay. I think let me end there because there is some noise around here.
Should we
Elke, did
start
you
the
want to
cycle
try
again?
again?
I'll do a little, yes. Meir hat sich noch gefragt auf Salmans Kinder. Meir asked about Salman's kids of Basheva, and asked about Basheva. Salman hat geschockelt sein stark großen Kopf. Salman stroked his
No, he
his
nodded.
he nodded his head, which had gotten quite gray. Reuven is noch als verkauft in sein
Zionism.
Zionism und Meetingen, Tag und Nacht. Reuben is still completely absorbed in his Zionism and his meetings day and night. It's batzolt menim choch derfar. Is epis a schreiberl as sekretar bei ze. What is batzolt?
To pay.
Now they are paying him, at least paying him for that. He's a kind of a note taker and a secretary for them. Zogechim, I say to him, Koim batzolt men dir, sei Aktionist, aber umsist arbeiten wie früher is narrish. As long as they're paying you, be a Zionist. But to keep on working as you did before is foolish. Vasheva, sie hat nit kein mazel. She has no luck. Ihr Mann is nit kein größer Verdiener und a kleiner businessman. Her husband is not a big earner and he's a small businessman. Joren gelebt in Natal, koim gemacht a Leben. They live in Natal for years to make a life.
No, almost. Barely making a living.
They're barely making a living. Masha, you can move the text. Thank you. Ich hab sich gebeten, bei sie kommt rein in Stadt. I've been begging them to come into town. Oder fort sich einordnen dorten in dein Makum. Wie ruft sich es? I'm having trouble with this one. I beg them to come into town or
just to get themselves set up there in your place.
wie ruft sich es? What is that?
What's it called?
Buschmannkopf. Oh, I see, yes. Ich hab sie geheißen, sich durchschreiben mit dir. I told them to correspond with you. Efter wolltest du sie geholfen, heraus zu die Städtlich. Maybe you would help them go out to the little towns. Wo es haben sich geöffnet neue Gold, where they have discovered more new gold. Und Keulengruben. What is Keulengruben?
Coal mines, the gold and coal mines.
Coal mines. Aber mein Edom gehört zu jenem Min, welche schrecken sich zu verlosen dem eingesessenen Ort. But my son-in-law gehört zu jenem Min. What
Belongs
is
to
Min?
that. It belongs to that sort.
He's the type which he's afraid to allow himself to abandon the place where he lives.
Eingesessenem can mean a cultivated place, but it may be just where he's used to.
Place he's used to. Mit der Por Kadoshim zurück seien sie gekommen in Johannesburg, wohnen in Doornfontein. A few months ago, they came to Johannesburg and they are living in Doornfontein. Basheva wird sein zufrieden, dir zu sehen. Basheva will be happy to see you. Sie hat oft sich noch gefragt auf dir. She has often asked about you. Mein idene galosht
Chalash.
dir mein idene galosht dir wieder zu sehen. And is this my wife would also like to see you?
Yes, she's fainting to see you.
So galosht, she's fainting. Okay. Du hast gewusst, als sie ist gewesen krank. Did you know that she was ill? Durch sich, als ich habe dir geschrieben wegen dem. I think I wrote to you about that. Nu, wenn hebst du an Fitteren Schäpsen und gehen zwischen Cheredem, Cheredes Behemes, wie du hast mir einmal geschrieben. Well, when you started to,
When will you start?
when will you start hanging around with the wild animals?
No. Fitteren is to raise here. When are you going to start raising sheep?
When you start raising sheep and going amongst what are cheretedes?
Charities there could be herds, flocks. Um, uh,
Flocks of
uh,
cows,
what do you use for cows? Herds.
flocks of herds of cattle, uh, as you had written to me. Gor in Gichen hat mehr gelacht. What is Gor in Gichen?
Quite soon.
Quite soon, Mayor laughed. Aber nicht fitteren Schepsen, but I'm not going to raise sheep, nor a kern erd. I'm just
Akeren.
going to till the earth.
Akeren is to
Akeren erd.
plow the land.
Just going to plow the land. Ich hab gekauft a farm. I have bought a farm. I'd like to pass it now to Rafi.
Okay, good. Du hältst sich Taka bei deinem Mischigas. So you're still holding on to your craziness. Hat Zalman sich gewundert. Zalman was wondering. Geht das Chiyuna? Does that give you any income? In mein Zeit habe ich sich getroffen mit der Sachfarmers. In my days, I've met a lot of farmers. Und alle ohne Ausnahme haben sich geklagt. And everyone, without exception, was complaining. Chutz dem, was is es faratachlis? Besides that, what sort of a proper destination for a jungen Mensch, for a young guy, sich wegzuwerfen auf ein Feld, to throw himself away into the field, werden vergräbt, to become coarsened. Man muss doch werden verwildert. You've got to become very wild. Hast du sich Families sich hereinzuchappen an Ovent? Would you have around you other families to chat with in an evening of an evening? Hast du wer es soll Achtung geben auf dein Haus? Do you have anyone who would care for your house? Dich besorgen mit reinem Wäsch to provide you with clean laundry? Dich zugreiten essen to prepare your food? Agiv, by the way, wenn klebst du sich haben? When are you planning to get married? Sie haben noch geschmust a lange Zeit. They kept chatting for a long time. Meir hat geantwortet seine Frages. Meir answered the questions. Der klärte Minyan. He explained the matter. Hat nur ausgemitten zu reden wegen Chasnaben. But he avoided talking about getting married. Me vet mistama Chasnaben in Tag. Certainly, we'll get married someday. Hat sich ausgedreht von gegebener direkten Entfer. He avoided giving a direct answer. Zalman, zum Sof von dem Schmus, Zalman, at the end of this chat, hat sich gechapt. He figured it out. Asa Esek, wie du hast mir da vorgestellt, darf doch kosten am Matmen mit Geld. The sort of business that you are setting up and explain to me, that's gonna have that has to cost a mountain of geld of money, a matman mit geld, a great sum. Bist du schon so reich? Are you that rich? Mir fallen noch etliche Pfund. I'm lacking a few pounds. Hat Meir gesagt, Meir said. Darüber bin ich gekommen in Stadt, and that's why I came to the city. Sich der Kundiken, wo man kann kriegen a halve. Seek out, that's a really German word, to seek out where I can get a loan. Meir, hat Zalman sich aufgestellt. Meir, Zalman got up. Du bist geworden, was die Englische rufen a snob. You've become what the English people call a snob. Es passt dir schon nicht zu kommen zum alten Zalmanen und sagen, didn't it, I got to put this in better English. You thought it wasn't a good idea to come to old Zalman, to me, and to say in simple language, mir fällt das an as a Summe, huh? I need this much money? Hey? You're a snob. Why didn't you come and tell me? Ich hab nicht gewollt ausnutzen eure Freundlichkeit. I didn't want to take advantage of your friendship. Ich hab gewusst, als ihr wett mir nicht entsorgen. I knew that you wouldn't refuse me. Zu euch ist es bequem oder nicht, whether you would like to do it or not. Meir, durch sich, als du darfst mir schon kennen. Meir, it seems to me that you should know me by now. Was, kein Schemediker und Hypocrite bin ich nicht. Whatever I might be, I'm not embarrassed and I'm not a hypocrite. Wollte ich nicht gewähnen in a Position, dich zu helfen, if I were not in a position to help you, wollte ich es gesagt, I would tell you that. It's, komm mit mir aheim. But now, come home with me. Gittel hat heint gebacken. My wife Gittel has baked today. Ich bin sicher, as sie hat Geschmack gebulkelig, and I'm certain that she has tasty rolls. Vorendik hat Zalman gewollt wissen. On the way, Zalman wanted to know, kein Yiddish leben, a shul. Koshers is doch dorten gewiss nicht voran. There's no, this is Zalman who's wondering, where you are, there's no Jewish life, there's no shul, there's no kosher meat, and there's certainly no kosher meat. Meir hat ihm erzählt, Meir told him, as man hat angestellt a sheichet, that they had set up a sheichet, a ritual slaughterer, as lernt mit etliche Kinder, and that he is actually also teaching several children. Good, sehr good. That's quite nice, hat Zalman zufrieden gesagt. Zalman said in a satisfied way. Du weißt, hat sich geklagt, meine Kinder seien nicht fromm. Now you know, he complained, my children, they're not religious. Reuven, der Sesmaljeter Zionist. Oh, it's the burning. Smalia is like brimstone. Reuven, the burning Zionist, is durchais and apakaris, is a complete Apocorus, freethinker. Heintige Kinder. What are you going to do about modern children? Gittel, Zalman's vibe, Dean Morger and een ganzen Gra, thin, and entirely gray-haired, hat mamish nit gewusst for Simcha was ze tan mit Meeren. She actually didn't know what to do out of her joy to see Meir. Sie hat ihm gekuscht, she kissed him, getappt upon him, she touched his face, ihm verworfen mit Frages, she cast question after question at him. Der Riker for was hat nit chasne, especially why he wasn't married. Und nit gewollt him uplosen, and she didn't let him go, bis nach Wetschere, until after the meal. Nach Wetschere is Meir gegangen allein zu Bashevis Weinung. And after the meal, Meir, Wetschere, the evening meal, Meir went by himself to Bashevis's dwelling. Gittel had nit getort ois gehen in the Oventen. Gittel was not supposed to go out in the evenings. And Zalman is weg zu a meeting. And Zalman went off to a meeting von sein congregation, of his congregation. I'm going to stop there. In fact, I've got to leave at this point. So, a guten alle, und seid gesund. Wir wollen sich sehen, mir zu Shem,